We have news. We have finally done it. We have beaten YouTube copyright rules. We had the idea to do watch-alongs of wrestling shows and commenting as the shows played, but YouTube enforces strict rules and will demonetize or completely block videos with copyrighted material, despite the Fair Use Act giving people a legal right to use copyrighted material for the purposes of commentary. But hey, it's YouTube's ballgame, and we gotta play by their rules if we want to be on their platform. So we've tried many ideas to work around this. Our overlay was very unpopular. Our viewers complained it was a struggle to fight through the chaos to see the content underneath. This one was even worse, as viewers described the overlay as making them strangely suicidal. But get this, we have figured a workaround to let you watch these videos clearly and for free. Here's the secret. Are you ready? Our solution is to put any third-party content real tiny over here in the corner, and you YouTube users are free to zoom in on any part of a video that you'd like. It's as easy as that. If you want an even clearer picture, you can go to your YouTube settings, go to Quality, Advanced, and change to 1080p. Voila! Freedom. Now we can enjoy our wrestling. Thank you for listening to the Malapert Smart Podcast.
Oh yes, we forgot in our review to mention that the previous week they did complete the takeover. They completely hijacked Nitro.
The last
with a
hour
depleted
of Nitro, yeah.
Yes, the last hour. For the second hour of the show, they just didn't let any matches happen. They beat everybody up. But it was a night where WCW was depleted. Supposedly a lot of their roster was in Japan. So now we're back to normal. And Shivani and Zbyszko are back at the announcer's desk. So they're not afraid for their safety, right? Because last week Bischoff was roughed up at the announcer's booth by the NWO, but I guess they feel like now we can still go through with this. Look at that Tony Schiavone, huh? What a brave guy. What a brave guy to take his post like this. All right, let's continue.
Lowest point in the history of this great live television program each and every Monday. We do understand in this telecast, Eric Bischoff will give an official response on what happened last week. We'll wait on Eric's response. And Larry, it was absolutely horrible last week. Not only did they attack Eric...
Wait, hold on. Sorry, Robert. Say that again.
The crowd is already crazy. They're going nuts already, and nothing's happened yet.
That's
Man,
right.
well, they expect something to happen. It's WCW, baby.
Yeah, it's a rowdy crowd. Well, the WCW crowds were known to be pretty rowdy, especially around this time.
All right, so they're going to review a little bit of last week. I guess we'll watch it since it's been a week since we've gathered. But yes, the NWO brought out their own race car, NASCAR race car.
Yeah, right. They say their driver is Kyle Petty.
Yeah, well, more paranoia, more rumors. I think Kyle Petty has too much class to go in with the New World Order.
And I would agree to that. Ladies and gentlemen, I do understand that Eric is... All right, let's go to our broadcast location. Eric Bischoff has his statement right now. Eric, go ahead.
All right, thanks a lot, Tony. And, I want to make one thing very clear. First of all, you pointed out that, yeah, they slapped me around. Yes, the New World Order, as Larry refers to it, did take over our broadcast booth. But listen, this isn't about Eric Bischoff. This is about the history of WCW and what that represents. This company's roots go back to 1905. Champions like Lou Thez, Terry and Dory Funk, Pat O'Connor, Dusty Rhodes. The names go on and on. It may not mean anything at all to Hulk Hogan, to the Outsiders, Hall and Nash, to Ted DiBiase, to that 180-pound wimp they call Six. Maybe it doesn't mean anything at all to them, but it does mean a lot of things to a lot of people. It has got to stop. It is going to stop, and it's going to stop now, because this company's not going to tolerate it. Not at the corporate level, not at the level here that all of us work at on Nitro to try to put together a program that people out there can enjoy. It's got to stop, because it's not fun anymore. Nobody's entertained by it. The NWO is nothing but dirtbags. From the bottom all the way to the top. And yes, that means you, Hulk Hogan. And yes, Eric Bischoff has been accused of making a whole lot of mistakes. And I admit that I have. And my relationship with WCW may have only lasted the last 5 or 6 years, but let me tell you something. The one singular mistake I ever made was bringing Hulk Hogan into WCW. And Hogan and the rest of you thugs, because that's all you are, you thugs. You want to come in here, you want to try to stop WCW? Well, we've worked too hard, we've worked too long. And gentlemen, and I use that word very carefully because it really doesn't apply. But I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Listen to me and listen to me now. It is going to stop. No more. Tony, Larry, take it back.
All right, Eric.
Wow, what did you think of that, huh, Vlad?
Damn.
Very forceful
Damn.
promo right there from Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, great job. Great job,
Shots
Bishop.
fired.
Yeah.
This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable behavior.
Though
I
how
will
he
accept
plans
this.
to stop it, he didn't really define or explain. But the fact that this was the first time there's been anybody actually saying that, yeah, enough with this shenanigans of the NWO. Let's put an end to it before.
Well, anybody in the company, like not necessarily wrestlers, you know.
Yeah,
But-
exactly.
But, you know, I'm thinking at this point, he's already in the NWO. I think this is bullshit.
Yeah.
I think this is the moment he's there. I think after last week when they were roughing him up, because I was watching that over again, and Scott Hall was telling Vincent, like, no, don't hurt him. We need this guy. You know?
Oh.
So they were kind of looking out for him a little bit. And I used to think that, you see, there was early episodes when we were doing the series that we're doing here. We're on part 10. But I thought Bischoff was always in on it. But no, now that I'm watching the whole thing, I
No.
think he wasn't in on it at first. He
Definitely
was a
not at first.
WCW employee, like the powerbomb at the Great American Bash.
Correct.
Kevin Nash powerbombed him off the stage through the table. So
Through a
that
table.
was
Yeah.
that was real. Not real, but I mean, in the storyline, Bischoff was not with them. But I think at this
No.
point, I don't know. I'm kind of seeing something here, but that's just me.
Well, I
don't
was
really...
going to mention that, yes, of course, this was an interesting promo given what we still know is going to happen with Bischoff. But you're right. For all we know, he was already a member secretly.
But I'm
Just
not
waiting-
sure. I'm
waiting
not
to
sure.
waiting to reveal himself. But yeah,
Yes.
interesting promo given what we know is going to happen in a few, like maybe a few months.
Tony, Larry, take it back.
All right, Eric, I guess that takes care of that, Larry.
Well, how can Eric promise it won't happen again? Last week they used his head for a speed bag.
Well, maybe so, but it seems as if Eric Bischoff has had enough. As a matter of fact, the entire World Championship Wrestling has had enough. And we've got tremendous action tonight as we go to the ring today. Pincer, the opening bout this week on WCW Monday Nitro.
How many times do we hear that Juventud Guerrero music to start WCW Nitro?
It's a pretty good little theme.
Let's get the flavor of the show. We got Juventud Guerrero and El Técnico.
Okay, I have
What do
no
you think of
idea.
that guy, Robert? El
I've
Técnico.
never heard of El Técnico.
He's got a, for the audio podcast listeners, he's got a red tights, red sweater,
Oh,
and his
it's
mask.
awful. It's an awful.
A red on one side and green on the other side.
Horrible.
It's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Yes, I know what it means.
Yeah, he looks worse than an AEW character.
Yeah, by far worse.
Scientific wrestler, absolutely.
El Técnico,
That's what it means, a scientific wrestler. El
he's a
Scientific.
scientific wrestler as a luchador.
Yes, that's what Zabisco was saying.
Makes no damn sense. I'll have to look up later after our show who the hell El Técnico was. I'm sure there's somebody that knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, they are the world.
So here's Public
He
Enemy.
technically was.
And they won that.
This match makes no sense. Public Enemy versus... and they're the tag team... Wait, they won the tag team... Well, okay, I didn't know they were the
Yeah, so they won the tag team titles on a Saturday night that we weren't really paying
I see.
attention or watching. But I think there's a reason for that. It's because Hall and Nash are next in line to face the tag team champions. So I think Public Enemy are an easier opponent to take the titles off of than
Why did
Harlem
NWO help them win?
I don't know. I didn't see it. Would you?
Okay.
That is interesting. My bad. I skipped.
No,
that
no,
match.
it's okay. It's not the end of the world if you don't know, but...
But this was their dance. It really got the audience involved. The wave your hands in the air dance. So stupid.
This is a weird match for sure. Two luchadors, I think, what I could tell. And Public Enemy was more like an extreme wrestling tag team known for their ECW crazy style, throwing through tables and whatnot. Doesn't seem like a match made in heaven.
The crowd really is getting into this Public Enemy thing, though. But they'll get into anything. It's true. Once once you get into the stadium and you paid for your ticket and you bought a beer, whatever they do, they're like, yeah, I'll just repeat their stupid catchphrase. But yeah, Tony Schiavone is.
If I was in the crowd and I had a beer, I wouldn't be singing along to Seth Rollins music.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to see how I felt.
That's a boundary I wouldn't cross. I'm sorry.
Would you sing along to Nakamura's music?
I like Nakamura's better than Seth's.
Well, I didn't see the match. Okay, I skipped to the end, and
that was the end.
Yes, that was after the match. I think they just
this was after the match. Well, they won. I'm guessing. Public
Yes,
Enemy.
they won. They kept the tag team titles, and Zbyszko's talking about how he wishes that was Scott Hall who took that over the top rope slam into a table. So that's the next opponent for Hall and Nash is Public Enemy.